Yeah, this is Deono. We're going on.
We're going on. Hey, this is Empress Zingha. We're going on. This week we out here at Pirate School, and we're gonna be talking to Deono James. Man, I cannot wait for you guys to hear this interview. Stilt walker, bodybuilder. He's do a lot of things though. But first, what's going on?
I just see man.
I want to talk about you now as a stilt walker. And usually, when any child says when they grow up they want to be an engineer or they want to be a lawyer or a doctor, when you raise your hand, you say you want to be a stilt walker. How on earth was that received in the house?
Well, at first I wanted to become a jockey. And my mom was like, oh, you could go and try it, you know. It's all good. So I started riding horses and stuff and just enjoying it a lot. But then my mom saw a few of my friends died and she was like, I think you need to get on with those horses now. I don't want nothing to happen to you. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I was like, how about becoming a stilt walker? Because I love to see these guys dancing that go-kart, which was Coxburg go-kart at that point in time. I was like, oh, they should do that someday. So I was like, Mama want to become a stilt walker. She was like, alright, go and try it. So I actually did. I started at school, which I wanted to start at Parkinson School, but my prom teacher would not allow me to. So then when I leave there and going into second form, I saw Troy, and I was like, I did my chance. So I did actually start at Garrison Secondary.
Big ups to Troy.
Yeah, bigger Troy Hunt, you know. So yeah, and then I started my career being a stilt walker from there.
So in terms of having that community of stilt walkers around you, you've said a couple of times that when you started, you were the youngest, meaning you were the youngest that started within that group.
Yeah.
How was the reception?
Being one of the youngest in the group. Shane is younger than me by a couple of months, but he was in the group way before me. And I actually call him the craziest one. But he don't care. He just fall if you feel like, get back on me. It's like, yeah, accept me pretty well. I was kind of scared of doing some stuff that they taught me, but then eventually I was like, man, you gotta, if you really want to do this here, you got to put your best foot forward. And then there was like, if you never take a fall, you're not a stilt walker yet. So then I started to perform a lot, and then start taking a lot of falls. Like, I become a stilt walker now. And it was like, yeah. Then one day I think it was 2009, I think, which was World Cup cricket.
Got it locked down, boy. It's gotta be a good fall.
It was All Year's Day. It was All Year's Day. It was a Sunday, and we had rehearsals for World Cup cricket coming up. So I was home, just preparing myself for practice. And when my partners came by me, he was like, oh, he fixed his stilts for me. So I was like, you got a pair of fives now, so we could get at it. He was like, yeah. So then, as I was preparing his stilts for him, I said, man, let me go and take a walk around the block. And he was like, alright, come. So then eventually he was walking around my gap. I was like, let me get a race now. So then we decided to have a race on these stilts. Mine was 5.5 feet.
You can't even think, boy.
Yeah, and as I was running, going on the gap, I take a short step and trip.
Oh no.
And I broke my wrist into 3 places. I licked a hole in my chin, had a burnout on my eye. Most of my right side was.
Are you still decided to go back for these things?
Yeah.
No,
actually,
boy, if it was your mother would tie you to a chair, you can get back
my mom
there.
came out and she saw me on the ground and she was like, oh my gosh, look how you gonna mash it yourself. But I was just on the ground laying down, just looking at them. She was like, I good. So I went to the hospital and got my stitches, got my hand put back in position.
You're talking about here so normal, like, yeah man, just push back at the bone that is sticking out here, so and
and
right back up later on tonight and go up a farm or something. Like, no, like, how, like, why you like still so bad? Because I can't see myself going up after a certain height, because I know you gotta start low and go up and go up and go up. You wanna try to be fairly high up.
Yeah.
I want to just literally be, as you say, running in the road and doing all sorts of stunts and stuff like that. But to me, why on
no
earth?
Fear. No fear. You have to go with no fear.
No fear.
Yep. I actually did still walk with a cast on my hand. The same day I broke my hand, I was like, yeah, if you want to come and practice, no, he was like, you need to go home and rest yourself. He helped me to do a lot of traveling, and I actually get to like see a lot of different places. I went to Jamaica. I went to Grenada. I'm always in Canada like twice a year.
Yeah, that's the Saskatoon one?
Yeah, me and Troy. If it's not Regina, it's Saskatoon. I love it.
It's Saskatoon, because I know more so down that area. Is like you go to rap Barbados specifically, or is it like a ensemble show?
It's actually like a folk fest, which is your different like countries like Russia and we have a Caribbean pavilion which it has Jamaican, Trinidad, everybody from Caribbean, and me, Troy, and Kim Bradford, we go to represent Barbados. It's like they have Guyanese dancing, doing their actual dance, and Trinidadians actually doing Stiltman.
So more indigenous elements to each specific country in the Caribbean. I like that. A nice little pepper pot sort of vibe. What's like the most memorable trip you think you've had? Haiti?
Oh, Haiti was nice. Oh my God, me and Dana was sick, but it was really, really nice. It's
Tell me about Haiti.
A learning experience.
Tell me about Haiti, man.
Haiti is a nice country. Haiti is really nice. They have good art, good
visual art.
Yeah, visual arts, and actually seeing like how these stores and things set up, like how we have stores in stores, like building. They don't have stores like that. You can tell some people grow up rough in Haiti. Actually seeing people walk the streets and begging and bathing inside a gutter and stuff. It was really rough at that point, but actually looking around, it makes you appreciate your country more.
So by doing stilt walking then, and that getting you to travel, learning more about cultures makes you value your own?
Yes. A lot. My best trip I can say is Jamaica. It was really, really nice, especially performing in front of a big crowd for World Cup cricket. That was a really nice experience for me.
Now you've mentioned some of the stunts that you were doing. I remember doing the play with you. I had you doing some of the things. I just want you stand there and do something, but then when we were doing rehearsals, I had some with Troy as well. And you all take off and start racing on stilts. I didn't even know that was possible. What's some of the other things you can do on the stilts?
Well, we have some stunts called a stoop. We have stoop or drop back. We have limbo. We have high kicks. We have running kick backs. We have run kicks. And there are so many stunts that we call. Stoop is really easy, but some people think it's really hard because
it looks so. Because to me, if you drop, it looks like you can drop and drop back.
That's the thing. It's all about pushing forward your knees to have that kind of balance in between, and actually sitting on your heel. So once you do that, you will have a nice balance.
So obviously you're gonna be fit to do these things. You got to have core structure, otherwise don't worry about it. So which brings me now into a new area of your life, which is bodybuilding. And you have been doing this for quite some time. Actually, you got something happening Saturday that you're training for. So could you tell me a little bit now about yourself and bodybuilding?
I was not really into bodybuilding at first.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but one of my friends, my best friend, named Omar Ben, he was like, "Lee, come on, let me go and try lifting some weights in the gym." I was like, "Alright, man, I could go with you." So we started lifting weights and stuff. Then we saw this physique show coming up, and a guy by the name of Dougie, which owned the gym that I used to go to. He was like, when I do really good in this year now, this show for winner. I was like, alright man, I can try it. So then eventually I tried it. I think I came, no, I did not place in my first show. My best friend came second or third or something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, alright, I ain't giving up. I got me one of these days.
Oh, so you're competitive.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
a
it is.
competitive
You ain't
person.
for bodybuilding. You want to win.
Competitive person. So I think that show was in 2013. I think that was the first show ever. And then I continued, and I eventually got a place, and then I'm always in top 6 most of the time.
Okay.
So then, like this year was my first win at Mr. St. Michael's Novice. I won my first show. And then I came second in Mr. St. Michael's. And then after that, I did a show in August, which was Nationals. I came second in that also. I know I had cut up one, but I went with too much confidence. I was overconfident at that point. So
not fair.
Yeah, I decided to go Canada to do an international show called Ben Reader Legacy Cup. And I was like, this is my first show outside of Barbados, and I'm actually going to put in all my work to go forward to actually like win the show.
And this was the last one?
This was the last one that I did, which was a couple of weeks ago. So then going forward to the show, it was really hard prepping for it and stuff. And then working at my normal job, which is the barber sport Inc. Because we need that rest, and I'm not really getting that rest because it's from one job to the gym, then to still walking. So I'm always busy going all the time. So then when I actually got to Canada, I was like, all I'm gonna do is do some cardio. I'm not gonna really lift any weights. I'm gonna do a couple push-ups and stuff and relax. Just try to keep focus. So I did, and I came up with a third.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You're getting closer.
I think so. But I remember saying that anytime I win one show, it's going to be really hard to beat me. Because I'm going to know what condition to go in, and I'm going to keep progressing.
Adding on that.
Yeah.
But what are you doing to prep yourself physically and mentally for Saturday?
Well, I'm keeping focus all the time. I'm keep saying that I'm going to actually go forward and win the show. I don't care who is there. I can keep working hard. Although I have an injury, I'm going to try to work around the injury, as Dexter Jackson would say. He tries to keep away from injuries, and if you have one, you don't try to interfere with it, you work around it.
Makes sense. And
keep on my diet, and just keep going forward and focus with it. Just once I keep focused and not stress my body, I'm going to be good.
How impactful it has been seeing our culture, stilt walking, being received by other people, and not only I guess other people like outside but inside too.
Well, to be honest, some Bajans are like, well, they're just a stilt walker, you know. But some are like, how do you get that dude? I would love to know how you get that dude. I want my child to do that. But I'm scared of heights. And do you take a fall? Do you fall really hard?
Just don't tell them about your wrist.
Yeah, I would.
Don't tell them what that was.
But some little things will happen. You just fall. You don't even know that you're on the ground. You're like, let's take a point. Just laugh at it. Like, let me continue the show. I have had a lot of performances in Barbados. I have performed for San Diego a few times.
Crop over too.
Crop over, Plantation before it closed down. I do a show at Mango Bay. I have done Bocavilla, Accra. I also do Sugar Bay Hotel, Sea Rocks Dome.
So you think that people are at least respectful of what you are doing? I know it's hard I know it's gonna be hard being a entrepreneur who is also a performer and a cultural performer at that. So now some people might feel that is lesser than, I guess a musician, you're a stilt walker, or you dance as a Mother Sally, or you're a green monkey. Do you ever feel exploited in that regard?
No, because everybody have their own thing going on. If you're a dancer, you're going to become a professional dancer someday, and people look up to you. It's like, we know you from somewhere. You're a stilt walker? Yes. I do stilt walking. I do nice physique shows, and you're like, okay. I would advise anyone to do stilt walking.
Okay.
It's really fun. We don't do it for. It's not free. It's not free. So some people say, yeah, well, just do that for free. No, we don't.
You shouldn't, especially with all the training that goes into it, all the falls that have to go into it. I think that you should demand pay. I don't think that nothing that y'all doing should be free. It is, even if you was in Cirque du Soleil, you can't expect the acrobats to do what you're doing. You are an acrobat. This is what you do. My last question, legacy question. What it is that you want to be remembered for, or what is it that you want to leave behind?
That's a good question. I just want people to actually remember me in doing good for my country.
Okay.
That would be a good legacy. You remember me from doing men's physique shows and actually traveling the world and putting Barbados on the map in men's physique. You know what I'm saying? I remember him. He had a great physique and he actually went far. And stilt walking is like a cultural thing, so some people actually remember me like, yo, you used to walk tall.
Walk tall for real.
Yeah.
Guys, this is where we're gonna cut this interview, but I hope you really enjoyed it. Go and big up stilt walkers. They do amazing work. I hope you go and follow Deono. He has been doing so much work, as I said before. Go and check him out. Where can we find you on social media?
On IG at DonJ246 and on Facebook Deono James.
Okay, so go ahead, man. Make sure get lit and popping. He was in my play, so I can tell you he worked real ragged hard.
Yes.
But that's besides the point. We can see you somewhere sometime soon. Happy Independence.